Hello. A little bit late, but that's okay. Uh, this week, this next week is now this week. Oh, oh. So last week we did do great drunk overflow effect dependent on food. It seemed to work, and we did some work on how to be bored and not bored. We did do a bunch of work, but we didn't test any of it. So we're gonna do that first thing. And then thinking about should we have to watch something interesting before we get credit for it? Maybe, maybe not. Uh, we also want to add a map or array for tracking interesting things, so you don't want to have something sit there and it'll be fascinating forever. Um, Character does interesting thing and it affects no one because it's gone because they stopped doing it. So this is like how do we essentially this is make a interesting thing that self-destructs. That's essentially what that is there. And then the Eternal, maybe I'll get to adding gamepad controls. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that'll be for next week. Let's do our first thing, which is testing out board interesting stuff that we did. So we've got party system. We've got an interesting thing. Eh, eh. And we handled the notice by saying I feel like that didn't really help. I regret closing all these, but whatever. So when we do notice it, we do interested, and we actually add interest when you get it. And we don't right now have any stacking because if we go to effects, I think guest interested. We look at this. There's no stacking type. Oh, there is stacking. When I did that. Oh, I must have been halfway through it. Okay, let's no stacking for now. All right, let's not go nuts. Because if we keep stacking on and we don't keep track of like whether we've seen it, until we do the next step, it's going to be absolutely bonkers. So let's just keep it with no stacking. But yeah, so we get interest, and then we add that much set by caller, which is what we did over here. We set by caller with an outgoing spec, and then set color by magnitude, and we got the duration. We have a magnitude, so you get interested by this amount for that amount of time. I'm going to that for now. Let's simplify it up. All our changes are based on things we're going to do in the future, but let's make sure this works first. So let's go like this, and let's go into our test map. Do is find behind this thing, put something in. Oh, View. Oh, how annoying. Windows details. I knew I would like regret it. So we've got the notice sphere as radius. What I do want to do, I want to be able to change this. Do I change? Do I do that in the original? It's a noticeable actor, right? Noticeable actor has a on it. So that depends on this, right? VP noticeable actor. The noticeable actor not give me that. Instance editable, expose on spawn. No. All right. I don't get those. Added onto there. All right, I'm just double checking. Woo! Begin play set sphere. So doing it here. Give me a second. Let's expose this to as a custom event. Right? Right. Right. Should this be in? This should this stuff really? No. It should probably be. Because then we can call super, right? That's a thing, right? Right. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move this stuff there. Call a super on the interesting thing. There we go. Right. Well, that works. All right. Before I go absolutely nuts, just to make sure I haven't broken it. What's the button for me to do something suspicious again? I set a button for being suspicious, and it's F. F. All right. What I'll do is I'm just going to double check that that still does a Interesting. Oh, hey, haha, I forgot. I need to turn on the game. That should get us going. That's a little bit better. Okay. There we go. Acting suspicious. We drop it. Is doing the thing. All right. I just had to make sure that didn't break it. All right, so our noticeable actor is still working. And then our interesting thing comes from noticeable actor. And if we go into the construction script for that, we get our parent construction script. And then, do we have access to parent? Get parent? That. Nope. Owner, nope. Constraints. Target is BP noticeable actor. I'm trying to see local variable, because really I want to be so if I haven't made it clear, noticeable actor has the max notice range as a variable that we can instant editable, close on spawn, probably want to replicate it. I don't know. Anyways, that's all we have. So, interesting thing, we want to be able to set a different, we want to also use this, but I don't have that ability in here, I don't think, because when I place one into the level here, oh, now I have it. Good, all right. Interest 19. Oh, that's a great number. But I'll be able to see it. Let's make this 5. Acting player, unique ID, look precision, fired tags. All right. Let's run this again then. So we know that I haven't broken the oh we haven't broken the actor yet. We know if we go in here, it will help. We'll be more interested. So we've got a mind of 99, 98 right now. I walk into it, I should have a mind of that plus 5, right? 103. 107. Works perfectly. All right, great. So that was easy to get. We've tested it. I knew testing it, it would probably work because we know that the noticeable actors and the clues work. So that's good. So in our list, we tested it, and we have oh, that's the wrong button. Good job. So, first of all, should we have to watch something interesting before we get credit for it? I'm gonna say no. And this is why. I think now that I've like tested it out, I think we can simulate that by forcing a smaller notice radius. So if you need to, if you're going to be actually interested interested by something, you have to get close enough to be interested in it. So we'll do that kind of like naturally by saying no. Reduce notice radius. Add a map array for tracking interesting things? Yes, let's do that. So remember that we did this for the character in the C++. Let's go and grab that. So we've got our guest character.h, and we had our hand item holding. Oh no, it wasn't in here. It was in our player state, wasn't it? Right? Yes. All right. So we've got our F evidence I can drop. Where did we define that? Does anybody remember? I don't. Oh wait, I actually did I separate it out? Oh yeah. So here we go. We made the evidence out here. In this case, it should be actually easier, right? All we really need is a string, which is the unique ID of it, and just say nope, you don't. So we don't actually need to make a new struct for it because it's just f string. Let's go over here. Detective only stuff, villain only stuff, and then let's make some more. And then bored. Oh. Boredom. Lordom. That's for a different thing. All right, so we're gonna say T array. Oops. Oh, sorry. Trying to figure out what I'd done wrong, and then I realized what I'd done wrong. T array. And this is just going to be an F string. And this is going to be called trying to figure out a good name for this. Oh, before I do that, I want to look at the implementation here. Get evidence to drop. No. Oh, I don't implement it here. That hand item. Simply is it possessed by rep state? I do it in blueprints. Interesting. So I'm just trying to see what our picking stuff up looks like. It's the clue that does it, isn't it? handle notice, player state, make an evidence. I found a clue, print string. What we do is collect evidence. Yes, collect evidence. Oh, that says it's C++. Collected evidence. Oh wait, it's here. All right. That means the implementation is in here. I'm just blind and stupid. There it is. Yeah, all right. So we're going to simulate that. We're going to copy that to do this. So boredom exists as what are we calling it? What are we calling it? We're going to call it already interested by. And then we might have to make this. We might have to do this. Oh, I have done a bad. Okay, hold on. That looks better. All right, and then we're going to visible enemy. We're going to do detective system, and we're going to put this under what are we calling it over here? We're calling it the party system, aren't we? And then we will say that we can be blue print callable, and it'll be void see something interesting, and we will feed into that. Sorry. Thing. Just trying to think. I think we do have to put this here just to make sure it's replicated. I've got question marks because I don't know where I use that. No, I don't use that for collecting evidence. I'll be using that later, but not now, which means I don't need this to be. I can make it read only, and I just don't worry about it. All right, so this function, we're going to copy this. and we're gonna essentially do software. We're doing the same thing. See something interesting. Anything else? Nope. Interesting. Already interested by. So already interested by dot contains by predicate. And then this is going to be, instead of f evidence, it's going to be f string thing. This will be thing. Const f string. It's f string. The. I'm gonna make this a little. what is my iterator too vague? Are you suggesting I have a vague iterator, sir? There we go. All right, so if we see something interesting, and it's not already in there, we'll add it to the list. Great. I am tempted to do this though. Because I think this will be better in the long run. And then what we can do is we can just try and add something. It'll tell us if we did it or we're not, and that will be the basis of us doing other things. I think that works out. I might do it here too. I won't have to redo anything about this, right? I won't have to redo any of the other stuff in blueprints about this, right? Oh, I don't think I'm getting through all this today. We'll find out in a minute. This shouldn't, hopefully this should like work okay, because it's not like anything new, right? We did this for clues already in a more complex way. We're just gonna do that for this. If it ever compiles, well, it's a good sign. If it's not like, you know, immediately crashing, telling me my code is bad, then Let's see. I think, oh, maybe my code is bad. What's wrong with it? Oh, is it something dumb and stupid? Oh, it is. Let's see if there's any other things I changed that might. Same, it's the same. That's broken, that breaks that. Did I not change that to a void over here? I did not. Okay, all right, let's give it one more shot. It's taking a little bit longer. That's good. At least it's not like, there you go. See, just the simple stuff. That's great. All right, so just got. Was there refresh nodes? That's it. There we go. Refresh nodes. Collect evidence. There we go. That's done. Compile. Oh, so easy. Handle notice. This is the handle notice. All right. Then for an interesting thing, we handle notice. And then we do all this stuff, but let's, before any of this happens, put in here our brand new C and what I call it? See something interesting. There we go. And this is based on noticeable actor, so we should be able to get what's the name of it? It's unique. Yeah, get unique ID. Oh, pop, great, thanks guys, super useful. All right, and then we have a return value. What we'll do up here is we'll just say if that, then do it. Otherwise, don't care. Big red thing going all the way over to there. That's right. And actually, one more thing I'm gonna do, because I was thinking about it as I was like looking at what I was doing, is moving this guy along a little bit. And popping another if in here for these required tags. And the reason I want to do that is I think it would be neat. Whoops. I think it would be neat if things that would interest normal people do not interest a villain. So there would be things that would interest, so nefarious things would interest a oh. It's the hot reload. Hot reload. All right, give me a second. Get guest player state, and then go here. Get guest player state. In theory, it is different. Connect into each other, please. Interesting. Search nodes matching guest player state object reference input. Hot reload. All right, I'm gonna compile base clue. I'm gonna compile it so that at least saves. Close it down. It's got the, so sometimes when you change the C++ enough, it kind of doesn't doesn't completely go. So if I close it and reopen it, it should figure it out afterwards. But the hot reload doesn't always work. If not, I might have to do a full delete of like the build and binaries, but that's I don't think so. But you can see why I was trying to do it. I was trying to like make it so you did not do any of the stuff unless you could add it. I should probably do that for the clue, but I don't know if it gets done there. Oh. There we go. So yeah, here we go. If and only if. So first, if we have the required tags, then we get the player state, then we see something interesting. And if we do see something interesting, so we haven't seen this before, then we get to doing all this stuff here. I am going to break this link and make this as all. Oh. Doesn't that come in from here? No, it comes from over here. Darn it. All right. Just drag it all the way out of it. It's one of those things where it's like, All right. So we're going to see if you have all the tags. If you do, then we are going to try and see something interesting. And this will only, if it's something new, it'll be yes. If it's not, it'll be no. If it's yes, then we do all the stuff to apply the gameplay effect, and then we return. I'm just gonna double check. I don't know if it, now that I'm thinking about it, that might not apply because we handle a notice, get owner, check tags, branch, owner, player controller, player state. Owner is a player controller. No. One of these, player state. There you go. That's the one. Player controller. What we really want to do is we want to cast this to nope. Oh, okay. Player state. Nope. All right, I'll take it. Anyways, so we're doing the collect evidence here, but there's nothing that happens afterwards, right? Except for this debug call. So there's really nothing that happens afterwards. There's nothing we can do beforehand, because this is the last moment where we get the evidence. So there's no point in trying to change that. But in this one, we don't do anything if it's on there, and the other one, there's a bunch of code, but the code is for, you know, getting. I have noticer on here. Noticer is a, I can rewrite that. Sorry, I can rewrite that because this should be noticer, and noticer is a guest character. So the guest character should be get guest player state. That goes all the way down there, and we can delete that. Yep, that's a little bit easier. I added that helper function afterward, so after we did this. And I'm going to break this link and just put notice on there. This forward, tighten it up. There you go. All right, we did manage to tighten it up a bit. Okay, so with that, we should be able to open our test level. Run it. Okay, start the game. Mine goes down a little bit. So if I go in there, it should go up by 5. So we're at 99, 98. Walk into it. It's 98 still. 98 still. Interesting. What part did I bungle? Here. I'm sure it's here because this thing isn't like get guest players unique ID. Now it could be this. Return value, true. And then it's not adding up. Let's see what our code looks like. See something interesting? If it's not already contains and our predicate is thing, f string, thing already equals thing. then we add the thing and return true, otherwise false. Interesting. Is always returning false, or is there something else afoot? Let's find out. Oh, hey. There we go. I always forget I have to click into it. All right, so we've got this. Look for our thing. It says true. It says true. And the second time, it says false. All right. That's interesting. So this says that this is going into here, and then it's doing this. So our change actually didn't. That's a really weird way to do it. Because, so we have our change. And so this is coming in as true. And then it's not actually applying the gameplay effect. But we didn't, the gameplay effect worked before. If we skip this and not check if it's true, this should still work. Still not work. It still does not work. There you go. Right? Only a little bit crazy. Return value is not in new class. Sign text. Oh, here we go. Here's some errors. So we have. Return value is not U class. Node assigned set by color magnitude. Let's look at this. So this is what's breaking. I'm gonna put this back here. We know that part's work, right? Actually, no. Let's put this back here until we know that works. So interest set by magnitude. Where's my log again? Where does that fail? Handle notice function. Handle notice. Sign tag set by color magnitude, then gameplay effect itself. So this is the first thing that breaks. Because interest doesn't have a value, should have a value. We changed this to 5 before, right? Back handle, interest, magnitude. Let me reread this. Aha! I broke it over here. There we go. I don't even have to I can just refix this because that's obviously the problem. Right? Because it was trying to get the create an ability spec, but I had failed to hook up the which ability component you should be creating it on. So now let's see, we got a mind of 98. Now I have a mind of 100. Nope, 102, right? We walked in there right as it turned in 97. So I have a mind of 101. If I walk in a second time, we don't get another one. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Only dumb problems. Okay, just trying to remember where I put caps lock. All right. Character does interesting thing and then affects no one because it's gone, because they stopped doing it. And that is effectively make an interesting thing that self-destructs. I'm going to take a different approach to this. And I'm actually going to modify our noticeable actor and say that it will self-destruct after a certain amount of time. Now, is that not built in? Yes, it's right here. So you can actually do this here. This is initial value, should not be modified once play has begun. So if we are able to hold on. There's our interesting thing. Does it collision, physics, networking, input, actor, initial lifespan. So we should be able to set something here. Is this in seconds? No. I assume it's milliseconds. So let's go ahead and say, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to double check that. Because the difference between 1,000 seconds and 1,000 milliseconds is, did it work or it does not, did I actually do it wrong? Initial lifespan. Oh, I can do it afterwards. I can do it afterwards. Oh, that's fine. That's good. How does this work? Constructor. So we have to do it in the constructor, right? Is this seconds? In this is dude, this is like, I'm sorry, Unreal. I'm sorry, Epic. That's unacceptable. Tell me what units they are. Oh, you know what? I'll bet it's in seconds, and then because it's a float, if you want it less than a second, it will be less than that. So I can go, we can try and set this to, let's set it to 25, because I'm going to be slow and can't make it over there. Go. Actually, I don't have to be slow because I can like see the like sphere of it. All right, let's see. Does this ever disappear? I said 25 seconds. Maybe that's too long for the TikTok generation. Nope, it's perfect. All right. So we don't have to do anything. We just have to remember that when we spawn these things, we have to set an initial lifespan. It would be great. Wait, I've lost track. Hold on. All right. Oh, no, it was just Unreal and Linux making me switch to context again. Whoop. All right, so when we spawn it, we can set the initial lifespan. So, so I don't actually have to do anything about that. Great. What time is it? It's 7:30. Do I have time to add gamepad controls? Should I add gamepad controls? I mean, I did everything else on this list already. Yeah. I'm just gonna sneak away and grab the gamepad, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I got the gamepad plugged in, and Unreal Engine like saw it the moment I turned it on. That's great. So what we want to do is characters in input, IMC default. All right, and then I think what we need to do is add there we go. This, and so you see we have WASD here, right? And then W, and then S is backwards, right? So we look at the triggers, we trigger down, right? And then S we trigger, right? So I think for this one, ray element, so swizzling Just double checking what we're swizzling. WXZ. So it's going to be +1 on this. I think I just need to I think this is all I actually need to do. We'll find out in a second. Let's just close all these up. And then add another one for no. Add sorry. I haven't played an FPS on one of these for a long time. I actually haven't played an FPS on a gamepad borderline ever. I might have to look up how to do it. Let's see. This is probably the least gamer cred search in the history of mankind. Forward, back, left, right, look up, down, rotate left, right. All right. Let's just do that, and y'all can make fun of me in the comments. Okay. And we'll see if that works, right? I should be able to just do that. Smash this button. Click on here. Not quite. All right. Okay, let's see. WASD A negate and D triggers down to action. Do I need to do a swizzle? Is that what this is doing? YXZ and S does a swizzle, yeah. YXZ. So I need to, for our forward and back, I need to modifiers. Swizzle. Oops. XYZ. I think that'll get us going, right? Try it. There we go. Forward, back, left, right. All right. Great, 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 great. Did it look? Did I just? Did I imagine that? I think I imagined that. Right? Forward, back, left, right. Yeah. It's just that when I use the mouse. Oh, I'm using the mouse too. That's why. All right. So with look, so we've got that was move. So link that up. Look, mouse to XY 2D axis, and then we'll also put in what? Look. There we go. And gamepad right thumbstick y-axis. Can I do just the whole gamepad right thumbstick? Right shoulder, right thumbstick button down. No, you have to like do it this way. All right, so that's the y-axis, and we know we have to swizzle. Maybe we have to swizzle it. Who knows? Why is it open on all of this when I add one down to here? Like, seriously, guys? Seriously? Okay, make sure I click on it. Okay. And then I want to swizzle it. Swizzle up and down, right? Swizzle, input axis values, and they are going to swizzle Y, X, and Z. And I assume up is going to go up and down is going to go down, or I might have to negate it as well. Let's check. Okay. Oh, yeah, perfect. So yeah, look at this. We walking around. We're walking around. We're walking around. All right. Perfect. And we only have a few buttons in this game, which is why I kind of like I know the control setup is like weird, but kind of the point. So we've got use held item modifier, which I've set to this mouse button down here. So for this, let's make it, if I go like this and this, I'm trying to think if it's easier to make it a face button, but then your hand is off of the gamer. Let's make it shoulder button, both of them. Think I need to do anything here? All right, and then the hand, right? Index down. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I kind of forgot how it works. So we have held item modifier. Then I have some buttons for grabbing things. Now remember that the left mouse button triggers, modifies. So left is negates. It negates. So left, we're going to put a negate on here too. And just negate everything. Right does not negate. It just has that trigger. That trigger doesn't set our yeah, I didn't think so. Settings, behavior, that's fine. And then use held item is a corded action between this one, use held item, and this guy here. I have a weird question. Can I do? Yes, I know this is dumb. Probably gonna sound weird, but triggers by corded action. Whoops. Can I just do corded action? Cord action. I guess not. I'll look that up because essentially I'm trying to chord this action. This action with this action. And that's how it would like work. For now, I guess I have to put this chorded with a item modifier. Now I'm curious, and I've got 10 minutes to look it up. Unreal Engine chorded action. Let's see if anybody. Yeah. Yeah. In there. Nobody replies to him. Great. Core concepts. Trigger states. Triggered, started, ongoing. Completed, cancel. Input modifiers, input mapping, context. Am I crazy? Chorded action dependencies. Actions. Perform actions. Add action by duplication, add step by. This is not the right. This isn't about. Yeah, okay. Not that. Chorded action dependencies. Map and input actions with the chorded trigger map to the action they are dependent on. The key is the input action with the chorded trigger and the values the action is dependent on. Dependent. All right. I'm gonna try something whack. I am going to go chorded action, left trigger. Which one is the least wacky? Right, because there's no negation on it. I'm gonna set the right mouse button to nothing, and I'm gonna delete, rest, and add chorded action. A combo must be completed. Trigger the action. No, that's not what I'm doing. All right, chorded action. We are going to chord. The other chorded action is look, jump, interact, hand. Right? IA hand. We're just doing that for a little bit. Give me a second. So the left, for use held item right now, left is normal, right is not. So right, I go here, grab it. In theory, does this work? No, it doesn't. It does not work. And I don't know why I can't pick that up. All right. Let's change this back. All right, so that doesn't work. So we just have to add the same trigger back to here, triggers back onto here. So left, right, and we'll do that. And then trigger. And we'll do pressed. I didn't put anything on here and it worked, didn't it? No, I haven't tried it yet, have I? I fucked it. There we go. I'm just gonna double check if I am. Oh shit. Not something I can do with the other one. It only goes once. All right. All right. Okay, so this is mostly right. Fire. Should I just put pressed? Is that what's gonna fix this? Find out. Okay. That's the secret. All right. All right, so we need to do this. We need to make this pressed. To make this pressed. And we also have to chord it with the item modifier. If I save that, that should be mapped to all the controls for the keyboard, for the gamepad. Take a look. So, we can go forward, we can go back, push the button to start the thing, and look around. There's that. I can go over here. I can turn on this lamp because it's a lamp. Yep. And use this block because it's actually a bar. Yep. Pick this up in my hand. I can hold down the bumper, go like that. It doesn't drop it because I must have drunk it. Or I cannot hold down the bumper and then I drop it. All right. That does look like it's actually doing what I want, eh? Oh, missed. And actually, let's put the thing up. What does this do? Drink. There we go. Yeah, I can drink it. Perfect. That's great. It's 8 o'clock, and we've done. And dudes. Yes. Good job. And people, when I give estimates at my work, people say I'm vastly underestimating or vastly overestimating. Here we are, 8 o'clock. I've done everything I wanted to do this week. Or maybe it would help that, you know, people listen to my estimates at work. I listen to my estimates here on this stream, so it works great. So next week, what do we have? We've got some stuff to do. We got a way to decide if a player has enough evidence to call the police. should we think about this? Should we think about this? We don't need to be able to call the police. That's later on. We should be able to decide if a player has enough evidence to call the police. We could also grind some more some more actions, like interactables. Let's move this one down. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave that one. I'm finally gonna do it next week. I'm going to try and mess with this unease effect, so it's only on when you're uneased, and then we will grind more interactables, especially since we should probably come up with some interactables that can actually cause damage and death, because you're going to need those eventually. Especially if you're the villain. All right, that's great. Thanks for joining me, because that was super good. Got stuff done. Got all the stuff I wanted to do done. Got stuff I kind of semi wanted to do done and didn't know I could do, but there it is. It's done. All right. We'll see you again later.